Alright guys, we're doing the next hired request on my list, the fourth hired request, and it's an Elton John song. I had a lot of fun doing this one. It's called The Greatest Discovery, and it's a beautiful piano part. If you like Elton John, you'll love this. Let's listen to it. So forth. Hello, I'm Shawn. Welcome to my easy piano lessons. This is one of my hired requests. I have a list set already, so you can't get on the list until I take another one in August. But got lots of good classic rock stuff coming up. And look this one up on YouTube so you'll see what I'm transcribing. It's Elton John, The Greatest Discovery. There's a neat story behind the song, why he wrote it. And I do the whole thing. I mean, there's It's like 5.5 minutes, a little over 5.5 minutes, and I do every note on it. So, great Elton John. So let's get started here with the free part one I put on YouTube. The rest of the lessons for this, as well as tons and tons and tons of other lessons that I've done over the years, are on my website, webpianoteacher.com. Okay? Facebook is the best place to see what I'm up to, get a hold of me, all that good stuff. Just do a Facebook search for webpianoteacher.com and let's get going. Alright, let me show you some fingering here. You got to learn not to look at this, you know, like with a flashlight on one little note at a time. You've got to see the chord pattern, okay? So watch this. We're going to put a 4 on the B and a thumb on the D and a 2-finger on the G. So I want you to see all 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 notes as a G chord in an inversion, okay? It's a GBD chord. Now just go... You got the notes under your fingers, it makes it easier to play. Okay, now we're going to keep that thumb on the D, and we're going to change the melody notes on top to C, and then we'll do the D on the thumb, and then B, and then a G, and then a high D, and then a low D, and then a G, and then a B. You'll always feel those notes under your fingers, even if you're not pressing the chord down all at once. So we have... Now something that's going to really make your playing better is accents. You don't want to just play every note the same volume. That's what separates the amateurs from the pros, is they put accents in there. So if you accent the B, 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 C, B, D, then you get this sound. Okay, and you sound like Elton if you do it that way. There's one more thing that'll make you sound like Elton that I'll show you in a second. But let's get the left hand down. We're going to do this pattern for much of the song. Low G with our 5th finger and G with the thumb. So low G, high G, low G, high G, like that. Okay, and you just play it where I show you to play it there. So let's put hands together. So you practice that. That's how you should practice. Work on that one box. Do not go on until you have this down pretty well. Okay? So let's go a little faster on it now. So the other thing that's going to make you sound like Elton John is the rise and fall in his arpeggiated chord playing. He's playing chords, but he has a melody mixed in there too, and he rises and falls like a wave, okay? And when I say rise and fall, I mean in the dynamic, in the loudness and softness of how you're playing, okay? I can do that a little bit on this electronic keyboard, but you can really do it on an acoustic piano. But listen to what I mean. If I just play it like a robot, it sounds like this. That's why I hate all these animated piano lessons and you know, the MIDI and all that, because you don't, there's no musicality to it. Alright, so that's like a robot. Now I'm going to put some feeling with it, and I'm going to accent those top notes, and I'm going to rise and fall. Hear that? Okay, louder and softer. Try it. You'll like it. Okay, now we're going to go to a B minor chord, okay? So B minor chord is B, D, F sharp. The first chord we did was G major, G, B, D, the 1 chord. Now we're going to go to the minor 3 chord, because G's 1, A's 2, B's 3, so minor 3. The 3 chord is diatonically minor in all major keys. And we're going to do this. Oh, sorry, I lost my place. Okay, we're going to do the same sort of thing. We're going to go B, D, F sharp, B, B. Now, get that chord on your fingers. 1, 2, 4. Okay, and then let's go B, D, F sharp, B, B, D, F sharp, B. Now we're going to accent the top notes. C, D, B, D, 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 B, D. Okay, the left hand's going to go F sharp, F sharp, F sharp, F sharp. So we have... Okay, now rise and fall. Up and down with the dynamic. Now on the let's put them together. Okay, that's how you should practice. You get the first box down. All right, great. Now work on the second box and then tie them together. And that's a day's practice for some of you. Okay, so here we go. And the rhythm or the tempo is also a little sway. You can slow down a little bit and speed up. When you're playing solo piano, you can do that all the time because you're not playing with other people. You can take liberty. It's called playing in tempo rubato, which is a free tempo. It doesn't mean you want to rush or drag. It means you just give or take a little bit for expression. Now, here we go to a minor chord. Okay, so that's not diatonic in the key of G, F naturals. We would expect F sharps in the key of G, but here we got a minor chord. It's a D minor. Okay, and somebody say, oh, well, D's not on the bottom. Well, the bottom note doesn't always have to be the name of the chord. It is a lot of the time, but not always, especially in Elton. He does a lot of neat chord stuff. So, F octave on the left. Okay, the right hand is going to do this. D, A, F, D with 5, 3, 2, 1. Now, let's do it 2 times. See my 2 there? Save space on the board. 1, 2. Now when you have these cascading, falling down arpeggios like that, don't be so stiff. You do a little circle with your wrist. Okay? A little circle like that. If you want to practice that, exaggerate it, and then just play it normal, and then it'll be about right. So 2 times. Then we're going to go D, D, C, D. Again, accent the top notes, the D and the C. 1, 2. Okay, and then we're going to continue. That measure's not done. We need to finish it over here. B, D, A, D, because we're accenting the B and the A. Now the F's on the left hand, low F, high F, low F, high F. Wait, hold on. Oh, when you do it 2 times, the first F is the low one. When you do it the second time, it's the high F. Okay, so it's 1, 2, and then, okay? Now this is a neat measure here. Okay? And if you don't accent the right notes, it's not going to sound like Elton John, and that's what we want. We want to, play like he does. So, let me figure out a good fingering for you guys. I'm a classically trained pianist, so I'll tend to use sometimes my smaller fingers will feel fine for me, but for some of you it won't feel fine. I'm going to do 4, 1, 4, 5, 1, 4, 5, 1. So notice that it's just D, A, and B. Then I'm going to use a 3 on the G sharp, and then a D and the G sharp, A, B, A, G sharp, E. Okay, since I'm used to playing all those, classical music scales and stuff with the little fingers, so that's what I'm going to use. Some of you may want to do 3, and that way you end up on your stronger fingers a little more. 3, 1, 3, 4, 1, 2. Okay, so fingerings are subjective. There's not one right fingering. Everybody will use different things sometimes. Let's look at what the left hand does, then I'm going to show you where to accent. Alright, low E, high E, low E, high E. Okay, no big deal. Let's put it together, slow. Okay. And a little note about pedaling. You want to pedal about, half a box, and then pedal again. Okay, don't let it go too long without changing the pedal, but a lot of this will sound okay with the pedal down because we're just doing chord patterns. Just listen. My old teacher used to say, don't drown it, don't bathe it in the pedal. Okay? Now here's the notes we want to accent. Maybe I should put an accent mark. So we want to accent da na na na. Let's see. Got to play it to see. And then all of this you want to come out. Okay, so if you hit those a little bit harder, you have. If you don't, it's just boring. You want to rise and fall. Okay, so one last time, let's play from the beginning to the end with expression and feeling. Here we go. Finish it on the website, as I spent all day transcribing it and writing it out, doing the lessons for it. So hope you enjoy it. Talk to you later.